This is Derek Staley with ESFI World here at IPL 4 in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm joined by Elementz.
Hey, how's it going?
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to sit down with us. So, as I said, we are here in Las Vegas at IPL 4. You've had a chance to play one set so far. What are your impressions of the event so far here?
It's a pretty good event. It's nice and spacious in terms of the stage. I think it's really well set up for viewing. And again, it's Vegas, so it should be a lot of fun for the community, I think, and everyone to get together. Lots of restaurants everyone can go to. So I think it's a good spot for esports event.
So, as you said, we are in Vegas. Has it been harder for you to stay focused at a place like this where there are so many distractions? Obviously, you're in the casino the entire time. You have the hotels and bars, restaurants, everything like that. Is it hard to stay focused sometimes?
I guess sometimes, yeah, but I don't know. This is essentially work for me, so I do have to stay somewhat focused. I can't have my head thinking about that kind of stuff.
So earlier you guys did play Epik. You took them out 2-0. How did you feel about both your play in that set as well as your team's play?
I'm always like nervous the first game I play, so I'm always like, hopefully I do good. So I think I played pretty good. I think I played up to par. So I'm happy with my play. As far as the team is concerned, I mean, I think we played pretty good. We made very little mistakes, and that led to our 2-0 victory.
Were you able to really identify anything you guys need to kind of improve on before your next set, or was it really just kind of business as usual?
I think our only biggest problem was we just had like one crappy team fight we shouldn't have engaged in, and then really that was it for those two games. I think we played really well overall.
You guys have had a lot of success online recently. Are you worried at all about the success transitioning into a live environment? Is it any different, or do you feel pretty comfortable with it right now?
Well, playing online and playing offline, or rather at LAN events, is a lot different. Like, people don't realize that it's 100% different. All the settings are different. You're not in your comfy chair at home. You can do whatever you want, sit however you want. You've got people watching you. It's stressful. There's a lot of different factors involved in playing live. So I think it takes getting used to, but once you're used to it, I think people can play fine. So I guess that's how I answer that question.
You mentioned the crowd. There's a pretty big crowd here.
Yeah.
Can you talk about how that really impacts both kind of your play as well as kind of just, when you walk in, you see the crowd and everything?
Yeah. I've been doing this for so long that I'm not really like intimidated by the crowds anymore, but some of the newer teams, I know Mono here, they're all like a bunch of I think they're like 16, 17-year-old. They're a pretty young team, and this is their first LAN event, I'm sure. So I'm sure their nerves are just like wrecked at the moment. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't win. That's probably wise because their nerves are. It's their first event, right? You gotta give them a break. But for the crowd wise, the noise factor is a really big deal. I almost feel like we need like isolation boosts like the StarCraft guys, because you can't hear anything when the crowd's really up. Something crazy happens, everyone's going nuts. Like, I have to yell, and a lot of times they can't even hear what I'm saying, so it kind of sucks.
Previously, you were in CLG, and Curse has done pretty well against them so far. Do you feel that when you play with people like that for a long time and then you kind of change teams, do you have an advantage because you kind of know how they play better, or is it more just you kind of have to do what you do and see how it goes?
I think it's more of do what you do. I think teams change a lot what they like. I mean, when I first started playing Curse, we ran this like Caitlyn York bottom, Ken and Morgana kind of, and Maokai, this like AoE push poke team comp, right? And now we've kind of pushed away from that, and now we're trying out different champions, and then as the meta changes, teams change their strategies. So I mean, maybe at the time when I changed teams, I would have more of an advantage for CLG, but it's been so long. It's been like almost 6-7 months now that I've been on Curse, right? That it really has no effect anymore. It's just another team.
Looking at the tournament now, though, are there any teams that you don't really feel comfortable playing against right now, either from your personal style or your teams? And who are you worried about looking at the bracket here?
I don't think we're worried about anybody. I think we can win versus any team. If I'm worried about any team, it's ourselves. I think my team has a problem with diving. We all do it. We all get a little too over aggressive when make me a little too excited. It's like, let's go, and it's the wrong choice. I think we just played more conservatively. We'd actually be beating everybody if we were able to control our interactions with other teams and when we want to go in and when not. So I think the biggest challenge is beating ourselves, to be honest.
Who do you view as the toughest competition out of the teams that are here, though?
Probably TSM. TSM is looking pretty good. We played them tons, and we always give them like really hard games. I mean, in the tournament last week, I think we had like an hour-plus game versus them. It's just like we have really close matches with them all the time, and they're tough to beat. I mean, it's back and forth, but I mean, we have so much experience versus them. They have a lot of experience versus us. I mean, it should be good games with them.
So looking forward in the tournament, I mean, do you guys have to win for this to be considered a success, or is a deep run enough for you to consider it a successful tournament for you?
I'd say. Oh no, I'd like to win. I mean, I think success is based on coming first the most. I mean, that's just how I view it. I mean, if you're not first, you're last, right? I mean, and that's really how esports views it too. I mean, the top team look at Dignitas. They won the last tournament. Now they're the most popular team. You know, those streamers are getting like Skara and Voyboy. They're getting tons of views right now because they're, you know, the it team right now. I mean, that's really how it is. I mean, and if you're able to win the most top tournaments, that's how you're going to base how successful your team is. And unless you can do that, then you're not going to be as successful as other teams.
So looking past IPL, what do you guys have in the pipeline as far as big events and other things planned?
I know Chris just launched a tournament. It's going to be I think it's $20,000 for first place. So it's pretty substantial prize for first place. That's going to be a World Invitational with 16 teams from Europe, 16 teams from America, and it's all going to boil down to 4 teams and kind of like a best of 3 showdown. So that should be pretty cool. And yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know if any other tournaments coming up.
All right, thank you very much. Any last words?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out TeamSpeak, Alienware, website Law Pro, and you can check out our Facebook page, Team Curse. That's just Facebook/Team Curse, and there's a T-shirt giveaway, and it's all the team members are going to sign the shirts, and there's 5 shirts, so you can sign up for that, and you can check it out and hopefully win a prize.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.